Master Duel fans, James Polk here. As you noticed, no extra deck for both players. This is the X0 event. So, before we get started on this extra zero content, any changes to be made based on the current 3 decks of choice to be played? Well, Solfachords, it's extremely awkward, so they're pretty much going to sit out for now. But both Charmers and the Weather decks, both of those are absolutely fine. So, out of the 2 choices of what decks to run for the X0 event, actually, I decided to do both because for the first time ever in any replay clips, you are about to experience our very own cross-dimension replays where I showcase 2 different decks within one replay clips of montage. With that being said, first things first, the return of Charmers. And based off from this hand, I think it's something. Right now, nothing by the opponent. Activates the field spell, normals to Gigabyte, gets in for 15. And the reason why on the normal Gigabyte is because partnerships trap while Hida in hand. Reasoning, calling on 3. Here we go. Bashing Shield. Equip only to a normal summon set. 1000 attack, no battle damage involved in it. So it seems to me that this must be the infamous, dreaded Armed Samurai Benkei OTK. So the way how this works, it revolves around this card by himself. What he does is, for each equipped card equipped to this card, it gains 1 additional attack during the battle phase. The more equips, the more attack power, the more attacks, the OTK it becomes. And as you noticed, I called on level 3, but I was actually 1 level off to make it exact. So close. Noble Arms Clarent, obviously hooked up to a warrior, Benkei. Pay 500, it can perform a direct attack. Power of the Guardians here, if an attack is declaring the equipped monster, Benkei basically, place 1 spell counter on it. Extra 500 attack and defense for each counter on it, and then if the equipped monster would be killed by battle or effect, remove the counter. And a shiny one at that too, nice. Mage Power, loved it in my 2018 budget Sky Striker build. Extra 500 attack and defense for every back row you control, field spell included. 2 set, clear and pay for 5 direct attacks. Sadly, 4 white. And that is game. And this next clip, based off from this hand, I believe we can make this work. Pot of Desires. Ash keeps desires in check. Oh. Cross out designator on the Ash. Fires off Droll. Call by the grave on the Droll. Are you kidding me? Duality. Solemn Judgment. Ash Raigeki. Judgment Ash Raigeki. Gets the Solemn Judgment. Sending a card could be literally anything. Normal summons. Opponent fires off Maxi. In response, Incredible Ecclesia. Just to special out Albaz or Sword Soul. Most cases, the beautiful Iris. Which, unfortunately, no draw power because Incredible Ecclesia is quick effect. And Iris gets in for 25. Desires. Dualities one more time. Droll and Lock. Ghost Ogre. Token Collector. Droll and Lock, Ghost Ogre, and Token Collector. Now, as for Token Collector here, everybody knows what's up with it since Sword Soul and Adventurer exist. So, if a token is special outside of the damage step, special summon this. Whether it fits from the hand or graveyard. And then the extender effect is once. If this card is special summoned, doesn't matter how, destroy as many tokens on the field as possible. And if you do, extra 400 for each token destroyed. And as a continuous effect which doesn't activate, no one special summons tokens. Now, once again, Droll and Lock Bird, Ghost Ogre, Token Collector, what we gonna get? Ghost Ogre. Most cases, the whole entire deck literally doesn't do anything except Ecclesia, Reaper. In terms of quick effects, no, not Ecclesia. It's just Awakening Reaper. And Iris gets in for 25. Normal summons Ghost Ogre. Moon Mirror shields Ghost Ogre. And at this rate, I said to myself, that is unless Kaiser Coliseum show up. I was gonna say, I pretty much have to find ways to draw the out, otherwise it's so bad for me if I don't do it. Now, knowing that Kaiser exists, I can only have one monster on board and I cannot go over more than one. So the way how this works is, if there is one or more monsters on the field of the controller of this card, his or her opponent cannot place a monster on the field if his or her number exceeded the number that is currently on board of this card's controller. The cards that are already on the field before this are unaffected by this. So in other words, I can only have one monster out at a time, no more than that. Awakening spell placed. Normal dark. Drew into area, nothing. Feather Duster. And Ogre wipes out dark. Drew into Duster, which is absolutely needed, but nope, Solemn Judgment is here to make the back row stay. Knowing that Ghost Ogre has no attack, I'm not going to summon at the moment. Evenly matched. Question is, what is the one card that my opponent is willing to keep? Ghost Ogre. Setting a monster. Switch to Ogre. Normal's King Tiger Wanghu. When a monster or monsters with 14 or less is no more special, kill those monsters. And in order for his effect to work, he must remain face up at all times in order for his effect to work. Oh, 100, sure. Specials Ecclesia, normal area, Reaper, Ghost Ogre, kills the Reaper. From the field, actually, but serious? Send this card from your hand or field. Wow! And to think, normally Ogre works in the hand, but never expected the field. Wow. Revive Dark. Reaper to get the search. Ash keeps the Reaper in check. Dark over Wangu. Area for Legion. And this next clip of this challenge, looking at this, it's way past blowout. So, Duality, the Hidden City, up, Subterrors it is. Ash, Summon Limit. As for Summon Limit, no one can summon more than 2 times. Negated summons count towards that. Negated cards or effects that would summon doesn't count. So, Hidden City, Ash, and Summon Limit. Gets the Hidden City. Hidden City for Guru. Set 1, flips up Guru. Getting Fiendish. Setting 2. The limited Master Restrict. No one tributes. Basically, anti-monarchs, anti-fluwanderies, but in most cases, I'm not playing those decks. Lightning Storm to set, or the whole back row, Fiendish in hand, easy. Feather Duster, the whole board. Normal Alsa, Alsa gets in, Guru getting Subterror, Final Battle. Activate one of those. Also, set it down instead of going to the graveyard. Change one set Subterror to face-up attack or defense. Change one face-up Subterror monster anywhere on the field to face down. Book of Moon of Subterrors. The attack and defense of one Subterror combined original attack and defense to the end of the turn. And the last one is, this turn, activated effects of Subterror cards, spells and traps included, cannot be negated. And one set. Flips are Unpossessed. Subterror Adventurers. Now, as for the Adventure cards, or the Adventure token gimmick, when the game changed to the part where the Grand Creators first existed, it was between Punk, Adventure token, and Exo Sisters. And Adventure tokens pretty much literally took over as the #1 new engine throughout the whole 2021-2022 in terms of helping out weak decks to become the best decks there is, thanks to this entire Adventure token engine. So, Water Enchantress of the Temple is one of them. Level 3 Water Spellcaster, 15 attack, 12 defense. If you control an Adventure token, special this from hand. Free extender. And then banish this from hand or graveyard, add 1 right of Eremisier From deck or graveyard to your hand, if you control an adventurer token, you can place one field spell that mentions adventurer token from your deck face up in your field zone. Each effect of Water Enchantress once. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. The star attraction of all adventure cards, Rite of Aramesir. As a normal spell, no adventure token, generate one, Fairy Earth, level 4, 2000 attack and defense. Then, if you do not control Faithful Adventure, place one Faithful Adventure from your deck face up in your spell trap zone. You cannot activate the effects of monsters on the field the turn you activate this card, except special summon monsters. Hard once on the activation of Rite of Aramesir. Activate the rights. Generate it. Now, Faithful Adventure here. Once per turn, the first time a monster you control equipped with an equipped spell will be killed by battle, it is not. Each of the following effects of Faithful Adventure once. During your main phase, add one monster that mentions adventurer token from deck to hand, then send one card from hand to the graveyard. If a monster's more than one is normal or special, doesn't matter who, take one equipped spell that mentions adventurer token from the deck and either add it or equip it to one adventurer token you control. Faithful activates. Now, as for the Griffin, level 7, Wind Wing Beast, 2000 attack, 2800 defense, what a wall. During the main phase, no monsters, or if you control adventurer token, as a quick effect, special this card from your hand. And then when a card or effect is activated while controlling an adventurer token, as a quick effect, you can shuffle this card into the deck. And if you do, negate that activation, and if you do that, destroy the card. So basically, the shuffle to negate destroy is the resolution of the effect. Interesting. And then each effect of Wandering Griffin Rider once. Ditches the Ash, Griffin Rider, Faithful Adventure for Dracoback, the Rideable Dragon. As an equipped spell, equip only to a monster you control, literally any of them, that is on your side of the field only. One Dracoback at a time. Each of the following effects of Dracoback once. While this card is equipped to a non-effect monster, obviously adventure token, target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand, and then if it gets sent to the grave, target one adventure token you control, re-equip it. Return Unpossessed. Normal summon Solfachords, Nemesis Archer. And both the token and Nemesis Archer getting in for 150 and then 16. Dark Ruler, just in case of Griffin's negation, activates evenly match everything but the adventure token, which is a must. Token for 2000. Field spell was placed and the adventure player scooped because he already knows the move about what I'm going to make. Flip a Unpossessed, normal to Renryu, crash the token, Unpossessed, special out one of the FP monsters, FP over the adventure token with the 800 boost because of Unpossessed. And that's that. And this next clip, this hand is pretty much atrocious. So, Mataza the Zapper, a rather old card in the early years. Level 3 Dark Warrior, 13 attack, 800 defense. This card can make a second attack in a row, basically one of the original Cyber Twin Dragons of this type of an effect, and then control of this face-up card on the field cannot be switched. That means no creature swap, no mind controls, no switch Rorus, none of that. Specials Ecclesia, specialing out the beautiful Iris, specials Nefarious. Iris and Nefarious get the damage. And then partnership set for area, Ben K. Now, Axe of Despair, always treat it as an Archfiend card, extra 1000 on the equip, and then when it gets sent from field to graveyard, tribute one monster, place this card on top of your deck. Mask of Brutality. The equipped monster gains 1000 attack and loses 1000 defense. Once per turn during your standby phase, pay 1000 or kill this card. Big Bang Shot. Extra 400 and pierces. Bashing Shield. Normal summon set monster only, Ben K. Extra 1000, no battle damage. 3900 within 5 attacks. Unfortunately, it's gonna get met with partnerships, destroying the Ben K, and that is game over. Special Renryu. And that's full lethal. And this next clip of this challenge, this hand is definitely something else. Reasoning for nothing because Ash keeps reasoning in check. One day of peace, we both draw one, no further damages. Artifact Lancia. No, Artifact Lancia here for the record. Set this to your hand, to your spell trap zone as a spell. It's literally what every artifact gimmick. The whole entire gimmick is during your opponent's turn, if this said card gets killed, specials it out from the graveyard, and then depends on what artifact got special on your opponent's turn, it gains supernatural effects. But rather than a very rare artifact such as Lancia in this one, as a quick effect, tribute this card from your hand or face up. No one banishes cards. Most cases, that would be the likes of me playing Weather or Fluwanderies, but in this situation, we don't do those types of decks based on this clip. Oh, and in response to Lancia, Spirit Tremors. Grabs area, setting Unpossessed. Activates Awakening spell, Normal's area, and I am such an idiot for placing the spell in the imperm column. But at the same time, it doesn't make a difference because of one day apiece. So the difference is I only lose that one draw for that one turn. Pot of Desires, top deck to 2, Reasoning, calling on level 3. Let's see if we can hit something that is level 3 or literally nothing. So Shatterfoil, Call by the Grave, Shiny Crossout Designator, Pot of Desires, the Wicked Avatar main deck. Level 10, Dark Fiend, questionable attack and defense. Can't be normal summon set. Must be normal / set by attributing 3 monsters. Just like how the Egyptian gods be doing. If this card is normal summon, your opponent cannot activate spells and traps until the end of their second turn after this effect's activation. This card's attack and defense are equal to the highest attack plus 100 that isn't Wicked Avatar. So in other words, it will always be higher than the highest one. And unfortunately, reasoning was aimed at Avatar for nothing. Setting 1 could be anything. Specials the animals, Earth, Fire, and Wind. Grand Maju de Iza, sitting at 4,000 thanks to Pot of Desires. The attack and defense are equal all from banished cards times 400. So, 1 Pot of Desires, 4,000. Ooh, Forbidden Droplet. Dropping the Token Collector, taking 2650, Unpossessed, for Lina, Awakening Spell, draw 1. With the Fairy Tale Tails on board, no further damages, offering that Grand Maju. Question is, can we even deal with the Grand Maju? Based on 4,000 or more attack? At the same time, depends on what that one set is. So, calculations time. Can I kill my opponent this turn? Can I get over the Grand Maju? Let's see. Okay, so it's still in the deck somewhere. I think we can kill the Maju. Place down the Fairy Tale Tails first. Lina and Nefarious for Reaper. Reaper revives Inari Fire. Now, Iris here. The fact that we got Ran Ryu's effects negated on board, it makes it so that Iris hand effect is live, as in special summon. Iris at a whopping 4,000. And as for Area herself here, on the swing of Grand Maju with the Unpossessed, she will be at 4,150, which is more than enough to take down Grand Maju. 150 difference, and that is lethal. And crossing over to the other side of the dimension of replay clips, tagging out the Charmers, tagging in the weather. Places or activates Cloudy, normal summon Thunder. Thunder replaces Cloudy with Snowy. Thunder banish, pick up Snowy just in case of back row removal. Thunder comes back. And I was right on the money. Storm killing the back row. Thunder banish to pick up something else. Rainy Canvas this time. Rite of Air Measure. Fateful Adventure is placed. Onwards to the adventure stuff. Wandering Griffin Rider ditches Rebirth of Parshath. Okay. Counter Fairy Adventure. Whenever a spell trap or monster effect is activated, reveal a counter trap, then discard one and pay 1,000 life unless your name is Guiding Ariadne in scale. In most cases, you don't. Negate it, and if you do, shuffle that card into the deck. Then special one Parshath from main or extra deck. Griffin Rider special. Faithful. Get the Draco back on token. 2,000, 2,000. And one set. Thunder comes back as I top decks Ghost Ogre. Activates Rainy. Crack down on the Thunder. Hence why I have another one anyway. Activates the Snowy Canvas, but Griffin negates it and Ghost Ogre kills the Griffin Rider. Thunder banish off from Rainy Canvas, return to Crackdown. Thunder replace Snow with Rainbow. Thunder banish off from Rainbow, Special Aurora. Aurora banish off from Rainy, return to Faithful. Thunder, double Thunder, and Aurora. Boo! Oh wait, never mind, that's right. We got Aurora because she protects Weather Back Row. Draco back for bouncing something, but Thunder banish off Rainy Canvas to resolve Draco back without effect. Activates that same Draco back. Guiding Ariadne in scale. You do not pay life points, and you do not discard to activate offering counter traps. Set 1, Faithful Adventure, Card of Demise. Now that is something. Drawing the 3, 1 set. You know, Thunder was gonna banish to special summon something, and then 2 more weather monsters banished to return the cards, but opponent scooped. Next clip of the challenge, looking at this hand, I am so sorry to my opponent because this one is an automatic dub. So as I set up the turn 1 board like it's no tomorrow, okay, so before we get things going, so here's how this lockout works, hence why I said it's an automatic dub. Now, anti-spell fragrance here. This is the part where both players must set spells before activating them and cannot activate them until the next turn after setting them. While Rainy Canvas is on board, it makes it so that it adds quick effects to banish the weather monsters to return the spell traps. In other words, we got the lockout established. But the question is, what deck? Snow comes back. Okay, a new challenger on the scene, the archetype of Fluwanderies. Now, Fluwanderies here, they are all about wind, or some being water, winged beasts, whose gimmick effect is this. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it. And then when it comes to their other gimmick effect is this. If a Winged Beast monster is normal summoned while this card is banished, add this back to your hand. So basically, all of them, with the exception of M-Pen, has that effect. But the question is, the fact that no Fluwandereeze list ever plays Snow, we'll see if Snow has that side effect about picking itself back up from the banished pile to the hand. But we'll see, So in this case, about Toucan, the good old Toucan Sam. If this card is normal summon, target one of your banished Fluwandereeze cards, spells and traps included, add it to your hand. Then, immediately after this effect resolves, extra normal summon one Winged Beast, which all of them share the same thing. Snow returns set. Snow returns. Fluwandereeze and the Dreaming Town. This is the card that gets things going the most. During the main phase, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon level 4 or lower Winged Beast. If you tribute summon level 7 or higher while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this, change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense. Normal summon Stree. In this one for Stree, target one card in either graveyard, banish it. Whoa! So basically, this is the DD Crow of Fluwandereeze. Stree attempts to banish Dreaming Town, but I never realized that I had Ghost Spell in hand. And have I let this card resolve, I would have ended up lost the game because of higher level monsters. Normal Thunder. Thunder replaces, I believe it was Snow. Yep, Snowy has been replaced with Rainbow. Thunder banished off of Rainbow for Aurora. Aurora over Stree. Snow. Thunder comes back. Set 3 and switch the Toucan to defense. Okay, I'm literally convinced that the field spell set is obviously the map. Snow banish, return the map. Thunder banish, return the set. And Aurora, return the other set. Snow. Thunder. Aurora comes back. Snow banish off of Rainbow for Thunder. Normal Cloud. And the weather monsters are getting in there for some attacks. Snow comes back. 3 set cards. 1, 2, 3. That's as easy as ABC. Double Thunder and Aurora. And Aurora for lethal. And this next clip of this challenge, based off from his hand, it's something, maybe. Normal to Snow. Snow banish off from its own canvas, gets Thunder. Snow comes back. Okay, this should be good. Now, if anybody ever plays the solo story of Megaliths, you all should know what's up about it. So, Megalith Unformed, get the ritual summon, tossing out B-Thor into Ophiel. Ophiel getting full. Ophiel distribute itself for full. Full for B-Thor to pick up, but Ghost Bell prevents that from happening. And even if he were to chain 3 to get the ritual summon going, it doesn't make a difference. B-Thor is not going to get picked back up. Gameciel tossed out just to get the ritual summon of Phaleg. In this one, monsters in general you control gain 300 attack and defense for every ritual in your graveyard. Snow Banish, getting Cloudy. Phaleg gets in for 35. Top decks another Snow. Snow comes back, activates Cloudy. Anchor Top Special. Snow Banish off on Cloudy, shrinks it in half. Normal another Snow. Places Rainbow Canvas. Snow Banish on Rainbow. Snow Banish off from Rainbow, Special Aurora. And then at this rate, because my opponent doesn't know what interaction that I'm going to make, because I had Ogre in hand, that's pretty much a wrap for the Megalith player. Last but not least, looking at the last clip, or looking at the last hand, it's something. Snowy Canvas, normal summon Snow, Snow gets Rainbow, Snow Banish, off from its own canvas, search the Thunder. Snow comes back, up against Dark Magicians. Magician's Rod, getting Salvation. Salvation, straight up set Eternal Soul. Ditches Skullmeister for Apprentice Illusion Magician. You know, that actually makes sense because this whole entire deck of Weathers literally tends to banish while Meister literally does nothing. But most cases about Skullmeister, whenever a card or effect is activated in your opponent's graveyard as a quick effect, send this card from hand to graveyard, negate that effect. And of course, Apprentice Illusion, get the Dark Magician. And the fact that Eternal Soul is set, it makes it so that Snow Banish off from Rainbow, Special Rain, and then Rain's actual effect while Chain Rain to get the search, offering a Snow Canvas, get the Rainy Canvas, just so that anything my opponent does in terms of activate Eternal Soul, it's basically board wipe for my opponent. And you do realize Skill Drain literally does nothing for me, right? Eternal Soul flipped up. Snow Banish off from Rainy Canvas and say goodbye to your monsters. Rain comes back. Rain's actual effect. Chain Rain to search for Thunder. Places Thunder. Normal Thunder gets in for 17. Snow. And Rain come back. Set 1, normal summon Skullmeister, but Solemn Judgment. The Meister. Rain returns Eternal Soul, and at this point, we pretty much locked out the Magician player. Rain comes back, especially with Anti-Spell, it's all good. Feather Duster the whole entire board, and that is game. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and I'll catch you guys next time.